Hello, everyone. We're going to make some body cream and some lotion today, and I'm going to try and walk you guys through what I do. I may not give you all the information, so if I forget something, I apologize in advance. So let's get started. I'm going to make 400 grams of emulsified body butter. It's a really big batch, so I have beakers over here, which are different sizes. I have measuring cups.
Angel Dust 28 said, Hey Anova 3.
Hey Angel, how's it going? I have all my ingredients over here and my phone, which is going to be my calculator. Everything has
Angel
been,
Dust 28 said, It be good and the ear infection is dying down 3.
I'm glad. I'm glad you're feeling better. Did you find your controller?
Angel Dust 28 said, Not yet unfortunately.
Okay, well, hopefully you'll find it before too long. In the meantime, everything has been cleaned and sanitized. You sanitize with 70% alcohol, and I have a little spray bottle that I put it in. And you just spray everything, let it sit for a few seconds, and then wipe it off. I use paper towels, and so I generally use a lot of paper towels. And the reason I use paper towels is because they're disposable and they're clean, generally speaking. I know every household is different, but here we keep our paper towels in a clean area. When I'm done, everything goes in a storage box that is specially designated for this stuff. Nothing else goes in the box except the stuff I use to make hand lotions. And that's because it needs to stay separate, clean, and sanitized. Okay, so we're going to get started. And the first thing we need to do is measure out what's called a water phase. A water phase is where you put things like the water, um, any vitamins that you might want to put, which I think I need to go get that. Um,
Notariist
Things that are water
said,
soluble.
No wonder you didn't answer in Discord.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got everything set up, but thank you. I hope you watch. It's going to be an interesting show. Next will be an oil phase. An oil phase is where you, or a heated phase, where you have your, what's going to actually make the cream. Things like shea butter, and I hope you know what shea is, and cocoa butter. I use mango butter, so different types of body butters and oils. And then we have what's called a cool down phase. And the cool down phase is where after you've heated everything up to a certain temperature, you take it off and you have to mix it and let it cool down. And that's when it's done. Okay, so we're going to get started with the water phase. Always use distilled water. It's better for your product. It's better for you. It's cleaner. Never use water off of your faucet. Um, if you have I guess, a thing where you put 5-gallon buckets of water from like one of those places that whatever they make the water cleaner. That's a possibility. I would still recommend distilled water. All right, so here's my scale. I'm turning it on, and I'm going to use really that much.
Angel Dust 28 said, it's always best to use distilled water.
Yes, it is. So I need quite a bit of, over 100 grams of water. So I think I'm gonna try this. Maybe not. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna go get, it's a weight for calibrating. I want to calibrate this because it did something funny just now. So I'll be right back. So I went out of the clean area and I went and got a weight. This is to calibrate my scale because my scale did something funny. It's going to touch my scale, and I also went out of the area, so I want to redo my hands. Okay. So my scale is off by 0.1%.
Kyle Monster 2 said, first,
Hi, Kyle.
Kyle Monster 2 said, Harrow.
So I'm going to tear it and do it one more time. Yeah, it's off by 0.1%. So that 0.1% I have to account for when I measure everything. It's not much, and it may or may not make a difference. We'll see. Okay, when you put something on your scale is going to show what that weight is. You don't want that. You want to push tear on your scale and make sure it says all zeros. That's too much. Still too much. I'm close though. Hmm, 5.4. So because this scale is 0.1% off, I need to take that into consideration in my measurement and add it to it. Okay, there's my water. Once you've added your water, you need to add the next ingredient, which for me I didn't bring out. So excuse me while I go get it. Where are you? No, I hope I'm not out.
Notarized.
Okay,
Said.
I'm out.
Nova OCD is calling the kitchen sign is crooked.
Do you think I care? It's not crooked in real life. It's only crooked for you guys. Oh,
Notarized.
you were
Said.
right. I'm
I
sorry.
do.
I'm sorry. You were right. It is way crooked. There. That's as straight as I can get it. Okay, so my second ingredient was
Angel
a.
Dust 28. Said. I'm taking you with me as I'm heading to the shops.
Okay. The second ingredient is a vitamin. It's B3. So it's not absolutely necessary. So I have to take and add more water to compensate for what I don't have. So 7. Okay, so I got to go up a little bit on the water. A little bit, not a lot. These little devices here, they're called pipettes. They come in different sizes. And they are really, really handy for making stuff. They are disposable. So depending on what you used it for, you would throw it away when you're done. Okay, I'll go in and hang up with you. I thought you wanted to watch. I thought you were going to watch. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'll go hang up. Okay. If you well, today is Sunday. You do you want to see about playing Arc later? Okay. Let me know, okay? Okay. Bye for now. Okay. So Storm is leaving, but we still have to continue with the lotion. Actually, this is cream. I'm not making the lotion till later. And trust me, after you make lotion or cream, and if you don't wear gloves and you use alcohol on your hands are going to dry out and you'll need that lotion. All right. Next on the list is something called vegetable glycerin. That's what it looks like. It goes in what we call the water phase because you mix it. So I'm actually going to take that off and put one of these little cups on. Don't forget when you put something on your scale to tare it so it turns to 0.
Angel Dust 28 said, Nova be doing chemistry 3.
Is that what you call this? Chemistry 3?
Investidred 907 said, Got breaking old not breaking bad lol.
2.5.
Angel Dust 28 said, 3 is the colon 3 but TDS doesn't he say the colon.
What?
Angel Dust 28 said, Investidred 907 that s rude. Angel Dust 28 said, TDS can't do the colon 3 smiley.
The colon?
Investidred
I don't
907
understand.
said,
Should I go in
it's a
there?
thing between us you wouldn't understand.
I guess I don't have, I can't see my speech chat, so.
Angel Dust 28 said, I'll send it to you on Discord if you've got that on ya phone.
I do have Discord on my phone. I'll use this later when I have to make the hand lotion. Okay, so this is done. I'm going to set it over here by the stove. Okay, next is what we call the heated phase or the oil phase. I probably should have switched jars because I think I'm going to end up using more of the cream stuff than I will of the water stuff. Okay. So in this recipe, it calls for shea butter, mango
Angel
butter.
Dust 28 said, send it to ya.
Oh, thank you. Jojoba oil, argan oil, a type of alcohol, and an emulsifier. The emulsifier brings the water and the oil together so it doesn't separate. Because you know you can't put oil and water together without it separating. You need something to put it together, and that's an emulsifier. Okay, invested. Okay. Okay, this is shea butter. This is usually how it comes is in a foiled package like this. I don't think it matters what company I've gotten it from. It's always come in a foiled package. Inside the foiled package is another package which has the shea butter.
Investidred 907 said, "Did you like my breaking old comment XD? I can say a lot more when we next call."
Yeah, I'd like to see what you're doing. I have your stream up, but I can't really watch it that much. I'm going to use that later.
Investidred 907 said, "It's all good. I haven't started properly yet, so not missing much."
That's about half of what I need. I might change it up though. If I do, I need to do it now. Nah, I'll leave it. Okay, so I need
Angel Dust 28 said, "A host stream died for a second my end." Angel Dust 28 said, "Internet isn't the most stable."
so now I need 2.2 grams more, which is not much. Oh, jeez. I'm over just a hair, so I'll go under on the mango butter. I'm over by 0.1%. I'm going to wash those off here in just a minute. This is really soft. It melts on your skin. It's so lovely. When something says it has shea butter in it and it's up in towards the top ingredients,
Angel Dust
that's
28
really nice.
said, "Typically in chemistry such a tiny percentage isn't much of an issue."
Typically, but not for me. I'm like to be pretty precise. The reason why you have to be pretty precise is because if you add too much of the hard ingredients like shea butter or mango butter, it's going to make your product hard. Annie?
Angel Dust 28 said, "Oh, that
Hello?
makes sense."
Hello? Hello, Annie. What you need? Let me see. Let me see. I don't think I have you on speaker. There we go. Now I should be able to hear you. What's up?
How do you know her phone didn't?
She called me on Discord, Hunter.
Yeah, how do you know your phone didn't call her?
My phone didn't call her. She called me.
Why is she in the call?
No, she hang up. I think she wants me to read her text, but I can't do that right now because I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm going to tear this, and I need to subtract 0.2%. Otherwise, this could end up being a mess. 8.3. Mango butter is also pretty soft and it melts on your skin. I really like working with mango butter. You just put it on your skin
Angel
and
Dust
it
28
melts.
said, do you also use paraffin?
No, I don't use any chemicals except for preservative. Everything that I use is pretty natural.
Angel Dust 28 said, paraffin is a type of wax used in some moisturizers including E45 cream.
Yeah, but it's not natural. It's chemical. I don't use other products in my lotions and creams. Everything that I make is all natural.
Angel Dust 28 said, oh wow, okay.
There it is. Okay. Okay, so there's the hard stuff. I am going to change up the oil phase a little bit. I'm almost out of argan oil, so I'm going to use grapeseed oil. I'm going to tear my scale. Okay, here's my jojoba oil. Oh, well, that's easy. That's funny. All right, so I guess I'm only making 200 grams instead of 400, unless I double everything right now, which I can do, and that's what I wanted to do. So I think I will. See, sometimes even I get the math wrong. My sink has been sanitized, so these are still clean. Yes, I sanitized my sink. I'm shaking 34. Shea butter is really heavy, by the way. So you need to really be careful how much you use. Okay, there it is. Mm, okay. I think they use the foil bag because it's so soft and you don't want it to get hard. Sorry, I'm just doing some math in my head. That's why I'm being quiet. Okay. That's the mango butter. All right. And next is the grapeseed oil. So 8. Okay. Next is cetyl alcohol, and it kind of makes your lotion come together and not be as liquidy as like a lotion would be, so more like a cream. Right on the money. Sorry about that. My headset just went off. Next on the agenda is the emulsifier. Okay, so 32. Okay, right on the money with that. Okay, so that's everything in the oil. I'm going to bring back the water. I'm going to double my water. Okay. Went over just the hair. So this is the pipette that I used for the water. And there it is. Okay. So tear it. Set that aside. Okay. That's right on the money. All right. That's your water face is done. Now, what you're not going to see is me heating it up over here on the stove. So you can take a pan like this, or you can take a boiling pan, and you put water in it, maybe an inch, inch and a half. You put it on the stove and you let it simmer. I don't let it boil. Since I'm pretty clumsy, I'm trying to be very careful. Come on. There we go. I'm going to turn this on. The stove is on. And then I'm going to take these two beakers and I'm going to put them in the water bath. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. It's not going to let me. So there's, if you can see it, there's my ingredients in the hot water bath. you're going to want to bring them to a temperature of about 120 degrees. And you want the temperature for both of them to be about the same. And you need to stir them so that they stay evenly cooked. So I do have a spatula that I use to stir things with. I forgot my other spatula. I'm going to wash those silverwares in just a minute because I'm going to need them. Okay, while that's doing its thing, I also want to show you that I have a thermometer. This one is not digital. I do have a digital one. I just don't like it because it's in Celsius and I'm not familiar with Celsius. So this one is just a regular. It has been calibrated. It is in good shape and it has been sanitized. So that's what I'll be using to measure the temperature of my ingredients. Okay, so my headset keeps going off. So if you can't hear me, it's probably because I took it off. I'm not sure what kind of distance I have with this cord. It looks pretty good though. So yes, I can go all the way over to the stove, which is what I wanted. I'll take this off for a minute and show you. It's melting. See, it's almost melted, but it's not completely melted, and you want it to be completely melted as a liquid. Put it in a water bath. Hmm. There we go. Now you can see a little better what's going on. And hopefully you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can anybody say something?
Angel Dust 28 said, I can hear you.
Okay. Wasn't sure because I had to plug my headset
Notorious
in.
said, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. This stuff is getting close. I think the water's probably already done. Okay. So the water phase is already at 120 degrees. Now I just need the oil phase to finish up and get to 120 degrees. How am I going to do this? Okay. So in the next part, we're going to mix everything together until and cool it down. Okay. So this is a emulsion blender, and I use it specifically and only for what I'm going to be doing here in a minute. Okay, my oil is almost done. Actually going to check the temperature right now. And it is at 120 degrees. So turn my stove off. Now usually, as a general rule, the tops are not hot. So I can bring them over, dry off the bottoms. generally speaking, there's a little bit of loss of water. Not much. So I add a little bit more water. I don't really weigh it, but I think that I will weigh it probably about 0.5. Something's causing interference. There we go. Okay. Generally speaking, you should weigh before you go on to the stove so you can weigh it when you get off the stove and put in what you lost. This is the bigger beaker, so it doesn't matter how you mix it. A lot of people put the water in the oil. Today I'm going to put the oil in the water because the bigger beaker has the water. So when you do this, it turns a nice creamy color. And then you kind of stir it up, and then you can take your emulsion blender and put it in here. You need to be careful if you have one as powerful as mine. You want to mix it until it's creamy and white. It is going to be a liquid because you have to cool it down. I like mine really fluffy, so I'll probably do this for a minute or two. And you do this to make sure it won't separate. And that all the ingredients are mixed together. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's white instead of a creamy color, and it needs to cool down. So you can either sit here and stir it with a spatula until it cools down. You can use an ice bath. You put your ice in a bowl, and then this will utilize the ice to cool down. I am going to stick it in the freezer. I'm going to let it stick in the freezer for a few minutes, probably, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes. Then I'll come out, check the temperature, and stir it again. And you want to do that until it cools down. Once it's cooled down, then you put in what's called the cool down phase. Okay? And we can do the cool down phase right now. No big deal. get your scale, make sure it's level, because right now my towel's not level. I have these little jars to put everything in. So, okay. The only thing that, generally speaking, is in my creams and lotions that's not what I consider natural is the preservative. If you don't use a preservative, you're going to get something that's really nice for a couple of days, but then is really gross. And it's not good for you. You know, it gets mold on it and it starts to smell. So this is a preservative and it helps keep your product fresh for a lot longer. So I'm going to go ahead and measure this out. This is really thick stuff. It says I'm over, but a little bit spilled on the scale. So I'm going to guess I'm probably right on. If I'm a little over, I don't think it's going to make that big of a deal. We're going to save this because I'm going to need it later. Okay, so I'm out of one product, so I'm going to go get it because I didn't bring it out with me and I thought I did. And that's vitamin E. Vitamin E helps your oil not get rancid, and it's good for your skin. So most people choose to use it, some choose not to. That's a personal decision. Okay. Okay. Vitamin E comes in a bottle. And it says vitamin E, or it could say Toca preferals. I can't pronounce it correctly. I'm not a chemist. Mine has an eyedropper, which I love because I don't have to get a pipette out. Okay, that's right on the money. No, I didn't. And set that aside. Get one more little jar out. Now I'm going to put some fragrance in this. And I've decided to use equal amounts of each of the fragrances that I have, which I have two. Which I'm going to be out of this. Nope, I'm not out. I just am really low. This is one of my favorite scents. It's hyacinth. Okay, so I'm out of hyacinth. Okay. So these are ready. Once the Once the oil and water, the emulsified part is cool enough. Let's check it. It's definitely a lot cooler. So let's go ahead and give this a spin. You want the temperature to be below 70 degrees before you put in your cool down phase, because it'll destroy the heat will destroy like the scent, and it'll also mess with the preservative. I'm still pretty high, almost 100 degrees. So we'll put it back in the freezer. Let it cool down a little bit more. Think about dinner. And go take care of some other things for a few minutes, and then I'll be back.
Notaristov said, "Wow, Hunter went past you and didn't do anything."
Okay, hopefully my headset will stay on now. So I'm just going to keep stirring it. The temperature's gotten down pretty low, but it's not low enough. Okay, it's at a good temperature. So we should be able to add the cool down phase, which is your preservative and vitamin E. Some people will take a little bit out and mix it and then pour it in. I just pour it in and I stir it really well. Okay, next I'm going to add the essential oils, which is a really nice scent. It's carnation and hyacinth. Really nice scent. Gonna check it one more time since I added more ingredients. It's really creamy and very, very soft. And I'm right between 5 and 6, which is good. Now, I don't know if any of you are going to try and figure out how to make lotion. There's a lot of do-it-yourself recipes. This is my recipe. I created it after learning a little bit about how to do this. So if you're going to try and create something of your own, do the best that you can to learn some stuff. A lot of organizations give mini classes. I know Marie, I believe her last name is Raymer. Marie, she does some really nice stuff. She's up in Canada. And then there is the school. If you look up cosmetic school or hand and lotion school or how to make lotion school, you'll find it. They do a master class that's free, and you learn a lot from all that. So, but the biggest thing that you won't learn is that you have to like clean everything before you use it, which I cleaned everything. And once you use it, clean it again. I'm going to tell you what someone told me, and that is don't put this down your drain. When you're cleaning, try and wipe everything off with paper towels or something that you're going to throw in the trash because you don't want this going down your drain. Putting oil or um, anything that's grease related down your drain can cause a backup, and those can be expensive to clear out. So, especially if you live in an apartment like I do, you want to make sure that you keep everything out of the sink and put it in the trash as much as possible. So, when I get done with this jar that I'm using and I put it in the containers that I bought, which I'll show you in just a minute, it's about cool enough to do that. I will wipe it out with my paper towels until almost all of the oil and grease is out of it, and then use Dawn dishwashing liquid to clean it. I have two 6-ounce jars.
See, he's starting to like it.
Is it relaxing?
Sort of.
And two 4-inch jars. So I should have plenty of jars to put this in, which I'm going to do right now. It is still warm, but it's not hot.
Are these for dogs only?
No, I give them to the cat too. Okay, and that's how it looks when it's done. It's creamy white. Now, if you want colors, you can get colors and add colors to it. I don't like to add colors because I like to keep my stuff as natural as possible. If I did add a color, of course, you guys know it would probably be purple. Which I do have some purple dye for this, but I'm not going to use it because I don't want that kind of stuff in my creamer lotion. I just want a natural looking creamer lotion. What are you doing? It is still really creamy and soft. By tomorrow, it will be a little harder because it is a body butter. And that's a really heavy cream. So I have 2 of those. And I'll probably get at least 1 4-ounce jar. Because like I said, I want to clean as much of this out as I can with the spatula. And then the rest I'll do with a paper towel. I wish I could do it the other way because then I could show you how creamy this is. To lift this up a little bit.
Sister Honey said, "You're making your body butter."
Yes, I am making my body butter, Sister Honey. And I'm done making it and I'm bottling it right now. Just explaining that when you do the dishes, you don't want to put all this oil and grease down the drain. So you want to clean it out as best you can and then use a paper towel to get the rest.
Sister Honey said, "I used the one you made me this morning."
Did you like it? I know you like it, but this is different. This is emulsified, so it's got water in it. It makes it a lot softer and creamier. So I made 2 6-ounce jars like this, and 1 small 4-ounce jar like this, which I might label and give away. I haven't decided yet. And it's done. Now all I have to do is clean up and I will make hand lotion like in just a little bit. So for now,
Sister Honey
I'm done.
said, "Yes, mine looks more oil-based."
Yours is all oil. There is absolutely no water in yours at all whatsoever. So it melts and it turns into a really nice moist oil that you can put on your skin. This stuff is more creamy. And it just goes on smooth. I use it on my elbows, I use it on my feet, I use it on my hands, on my arms. It is a true body butter. So see, it's really nice and creamy and soft. I like how it makes my cuticles on my fingernails feel. And my fingernails actually grow better for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they seem to grow better if I use this on a daily basis. And you can kind of see just how thick it gets as it cools down. It's not liquidy and in any way. It's just a pure cream. I put it on my tattoos to make my tattoos stay nice and fresh.
Notarized said. Add in 1.
Thank you. I have no idea how many ads went through on this. Probably several. But when I put it on YouTube and as a video, it shouldn't have any commercials because I didn't record it as that. So that's how it comes out as far as body butter goes. And a hand lotion or body lotion I'll do in just a little bit. For now, I've got to clean up and get everything ready for that. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day. If you decide not to join me later, if you decide to join me later, I look forward to talking to you.
Investidred 907 said. See ya Nova.
See ya, Invested. I might check you out while I'm cleaning, okay?
Notarized said. I'm going to throw the kid in the shower. Angel Dust 28 said. See ya later. Investidred 907 said. Okay, got some neat things to show you.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. Bye for now.